Hello. So, it turns out that my cousin is not done with the fence. So, if you hear things, just know that's the fence getting fixed. I have Cassie and I have Sigrid. Here's our chat. I can see it real time this time. So, are you guys ready to hear this story? Because I need to tell somebody. I need to tell somebody because it was fucking crazy. Okay? So, where do I begin? At first I want to talk about, okay, good. Your best friend needs to receive these updates. This is okay. So first I want to really quickly just bring up why I'm even doing this project in the first place, because I don't think I did that last time. I don't think I explained. And it's because I had a deep not depressing, but like pathetic limerence crush on somebody who would not give me the time of day, who was focusing on work. And so it made me decide I should lock in and do work. And so I started thinking about like how to niche down in astrology. And I was thinking that when I look back at my life, a lot of my experience has to do with relationships, which I know is a lot of people's jam, but like I'm a serial monogamist. I've been married, divorced. I've been to therapy my whole life. I have a psychology degree. Interpersonal dynamics is a skill of mine. So, and people like to hear about relationship astrology. People ask me that shit all the time. So why not get good at it, right? So that's what kind of started that. I randomly came up with the idea. I don't know, like watching all the reality television that I do. It is, it's just fun. It's just fun. So, so I also, actually, no, I won't do this right now. Never mind. I do want to show you guys the spreadsheet that we made, though. Okay? This is my spreadsheet. And it has the date's name, the age, the aspects. There's some ratings here. I like tried. Hotness, chemistry. I don't know. Compatibility is too broad. Like, I knew I'd have to rework this worksheet after I actually did a first date, because you don't really know what you're looking for. And the date itself was really not normal. So I don't know. Okay, and then Albatross made this, which is really cool also. And I tried to fill it out, but like certain evaluations, I don't know about stability and compatibility. Compatibility is really broad. Like, I don't know if we're compatible after an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of talking to this guy. So that's fun. That's a spreadsheet that I'm working on. If you have any ideas, let me know. So what I can confirm from this experiment, Carl, what I can already deduce from this is that synastry in astrology works. And it works both ways. See, this is kind of a problem. It's working on me too. I'm not saying I'm in love with the guy by any means at all, or even close. Like, I don't even know if I like him. But the synastry was felt on my end also. So let's talk about the date. Let me tell you what happened, okay? So I think you all already know. When I left, he called me asking me to call him when I arrived at the restaurant so he could walk me to the car, or to the restaurant from my car. I was Ubering, so that didn't matter. And I get there and he's not there yet. I go in and then reservation's under my name, so I sit down And I sit down right by the front door and I text him. I tell him I'm there. And he comes in and he looks a lot older than his pictures and different, a little different than his pictures. Still, like, not ugly. Like, I wasn't repulsed by any means, but but he was a lot older than his pictures and a little bigger, but he was still cute. And he was so nervous seeming. And so we share sushi, and we kind of talk about, we immediately get into, I should pull up the chart too, actually. Let me pop this out real quick. And I'm going to pull up the chart. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. Thank you for being here to hear my story. I really appreciate it. Okay. I did a TikTok after the fact, so that it was like raw, like how I was really feeling right afterwards. So I will be editing that and posting that and showing you guys that. But I know you guys aren't really like big on the chart thing, but it helps me reference what vibes were happening. So immediately he walks in and he's like, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful." And throughout the whole night, I've never been complimented that much in my entire life. I've never been complimented that much. That was like so much, like, not like love bombing, probably. Like love bombing for sure. He has Venus and Scorpio directly on my ascendant, so I did expect love bombing. I did expect it. The problem is it takes a lot of effort and energy to receive that kind of vibe. You know what I mean? And especially for me, like, I could fall into that shit so easily, you guys. Like, luckily I'm past my Saturn return and I'm past that, but like, so first of all, okay, the Pluto on my moon, he's for sure obsessed with me. Okay, so he's complimenting me a bunch. He proposed to me as a joke. Hi. He proposed to me as a joke when we started talking about weed. He was like, "Let me shoot my shot." He kept saying, like, it was very I'm 46 years old man type of thing. Like, he was like, "I'm going to shoot my shot. Let me shoot my shot." Okay. And so he's an Airbnb. That's what he meant by commercial real estate, is that he owns Airbnbs. So that's something to consider. But he does, that's his job. He owns Airbnbs. He told me he makes $8,000 a month on one of them. Chad, his job is landlord. Yes. Oh my God. Okay. And he told me he was trying to like rizz me up about he has a house in Mendocino County in Eureka, I think. In Ukiah. And he has 2 acres and he used to grow weed on it. I'm assuming it was his dad's that he inherited. I know, right? I thought it was so weird. Dude, I could show you. He gave me his yes, we Okay. Let me continue. He also, oh my God, I'm gonna have to jump around because no. Oh my God. I have to go chronologically. We're gonna rob him. Okay. So he tells me about his Airbnbs. He tells me about his pot farm. And I'm like, "Oh, I grow weed too. Here's a picture of my weed. Here's the weed, like the weed we grew or this season that I just trimmed was fucking crazy. It has never been that big and that happy and that much work. So it is something to be excited about. But like, he saw it and he was like, "Oh my God, I'm proposing right now." Thank you. And he's like, "I'm proposing right now." And I was like, haha, that's funny. Okay. And we move on, and I'm telling him about Cricket's soundboard. Yeah. I'm telling him about how I'm my grandma's caretaker, essentially, and how she is 91 and all of that stuff. And he died at that. And because apparently he was his dad's care. His dad had him early, or sorry, his dad had him late at his age. At 46 is when his dad had him, and so his dad was in his 90s when he was in his 30s, like the same shit that's going on with me. And so he was very excited to hear that I was the caretaker for my grandma, and he was like, "Oh my god, I love that so much. Like, what's your ring size? What's your ring size?" To which I ignored. And we had a lot of weird things in common. Okay, so, well, I'm jumping into it a little bit. We actually, you know what, the first conversation we had was like, what are you looking for, essentially? And I said, I know that you're looking for somebody to have your babies and get married, but I don't know, like, I'm not looking for that. Like, that's not my goal here. I'm just seeing about this because first of all, this is my first date in my entire life. And second of all, I've never dated someone 12 years older than me and the same age as my literal uncle. And he was like, "Oh, shit. Really? You've never dated anyone older? Oh, God." And I was like, "Yes, exactly." And he's like, "Oh." And I tried to ask him. He's like, I was like, "How young have you dated?" And he's like, "You don't want to know." Moment of silence. '07 in the chat. You don't want to know how young they were. And to which I was like, "Yes, I fucking do. Yeah, tell me. Of course, tell me. Tell me right now." And he said, 27. And I said, "Okay, that's not that bad, but I think you're lying." Right? Is he lying, chat? Is 27 the youngest? I feel like he could not pull younger than that right now. Yeah, okay. You agree. I tried to ask him, like, what was the biggest age gap, but he wouldn't answer me. He did not like how good my questions were. He's like, "I don't want to, I'm talking so much about myself." I'm like, "Yes, she was 17. Yeah, for sure." I know if he has, I don't know how much money he really has. Okay. Later he sent me, I'll show you guys. He sent me his Zillow listing for his house, and it's worth like 600K. So he's not a millionaire. I don't think. Maybe. Because isn't he having his Saturn opposition? Yes, he is having his Saturn opposition. The other thing about this experiment is that Saturn is in my 5th house, squaring my sun. So, like, Saturn in my 5th house is me dating old people. I don't think he has debt, because he did say he was in a lot of debt, and he worked really hard to get out of it. He said that was, like, a big problem for him in his 30s. So I tell him, I don't know if I'm, like, I would have kids with the right person, but I'm kind of aging out at this point. So if you want somebody that will pop out kids, you should probably go for that 27-year-old. And also, please be on the dating apps. Like, keep swiping other people. I don't want you to just focus on me. And he was like, "But I really want to just focus on you." And I was like, "No, that will freak me out. Don't do that." And this was in the first 20 minutes of dinner. Okay. So this is a guy in Sex and the City. There's an episode where Carrie and Samantha, everybody's talking about men when they just decide to get married. Like how you'll be with a guy for so long and he won't marry you, and then you dump him and he marries the next bitch within 2 months. And they have this analogy that is like when a cab is ready to pick you up, they turn their light on. So I think his light's on, basically. That's the vibe I get. So his light's on, and I was like, "Okay, no, chill out." And he's like, "You're gonna have to slow me down." And I'm like, "Don't worry, I will slow you down, bro." So that was a conversation. He proposed another time, but I can't remember what it was, because all I want to tell you, all I can think about telling you guys right now is when we left. Okay, so he drove, and he has a dog that is a pain in the ass, like Carl, apparently, that like can't be left alone. So, and he goes surfing all the time. So apparently he went surfing with his dog, and then he came to dinner with me, and the dog was in the car, and I wanted to meet the dog and see what, the deal was. So and okay, we have, but also we both have the same truck. We both have Tacoma, Toyota Tacoma, and he shat his pants over that. Okay. Thank you, Brian. um, we have the same truck. He also has a degree in psychology, supposedly, from UCF, SF. So that was weird. We have, like, random shit that is similar like that, and I feel like that's our angles. That's his midheaven on my descendant, and also his ascendant on my midheaven. Yeah, we need to see pictures for sure. Because also, look at his Neptune, exactly opposite my sun. So I don't think either of us can see anybody clearly. Like, there's no clear... and it's square. He has a sun Neptune square himself. Okay, so I get to the car. And I meet the dog. The dog's name is Lou. It's so fucking cute. He's really cute. And bro starts crashing out and, like, knows I'm about to leave and pulls me in to try and kiss me. And we're sitting there hugging, and he just, like, I guess I should say even before this, he was telling me how good... Okay. Where did this even begin? Okay. I asked him... Okay, this is what happened. When we were at dinner, I asked him, okay, when you go home tonight, what are you going to do? Because we had been talking about how I'm severely online and how he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything online. And so I'm like, well, what the fuck do you do when you go home, old man? Like, what do you do? And he's like, I go home. I can allow it. Sorry. The auto mod is intense. I have to chill it out. So, damn it, what was I saying? I smoked before this, you guys. I shouldn't have. I knew I'd be too stupid to tell a story. What do you do when you go home? And he said, I go home and go to sleep. And I was like, you just go straight to sleep? You're so full of shit. Like, what do? You don't watch TV? You don't do anything? And, oh my god, this is another story he told me, okay? I don't know why. Okay, so he owns a house in Mendocino, but he doesn't like to live there because he can't find any bitches. He says there's only 6 girls, and he's dated 5 of them. And I said, what's wrong with number 6? And he said, I don't want number 6. And plus, whenever you date any girls around there, all the guys want to fight you. Okay. So anyway, he has that house. He doesn't live there. He lives in Sebastopol, which is like an hour south of that. And I don't recall. I assume he owns that house. That would be insane if he rented it, but he lives there. And he lives there, and he has a roommate. A roommate? Mr. $8,000 a month? What is that? What is that? Why do you have a roommate? Okay. I didn't get into that because he started telling me the story of how this guy that he's with, he's probably with him. I'm dead. He was dating this girl a couple weeks ago, who he really liked, and apparently they went on like 4 dates. And she told him she went off of the dating apps, and she did not, in fact, go off the dating apps. And his roommate swiped on her, and she swiped on him. And so Trad was extremely hurt. That Scorpio Venus cut deep. And so he's pissed. So he's not talking to her anymore, and he's not talking to him anymore. But he still lives there, because he fucking lives there. So he's waiting for him to leave. So that was his excuse as to why he doesn't go home and watch TV. He goes home and hides in his room, even though he's 46 years old and makes $8,000 a month. Is it adding up, chat? Is it adding up? Okay. Meanwhile, I know. Okay. So I'm like, what are your hobbies? What do you do? Like, why is a girl, like, why do you need a girl so bad? Why is that your, like, I can't live at my house because I want a girl so bad? Like, what? Why don't you get a hobby? And he's like, I took care of my dad for so long, for 10 years, from when I was 30 years old to 40 years old, that I have really embraced my caretaker role. And I really want to have somebody to take care of. And I was, yeah, other than surfing and smoking. And I was like, when's the last time you smoked? And he said, an hour ago. His other dog just died. So, I was like, what did I say? Something along the lines of, like, you can for sure find more shit to do. Like, you don't have to give yourself away. That's a sign of something being wrong. And he's like, I know, but I really, like, I don't remember what he said, but he was just like, no, but it's really, like, it's really just a caretaker thing. It's just a caretaker. I'm ready to do that. I'm old now. Yeah, dude, the 7th house, I was like, bro, you need somebody. You just need anybody. It doesn't matter who. Lights on, bro. Okay. So I really just want, I could take such good care of you. He would say that, like, intermittently throughout the date, which I hate to say it. I like being told that. He got me there, but I have been here before. This was a lesson with my Saturn return. He seems like he might be controlling. We have a Scorpio Venus here, and he is a man, a Leo rising. No, he didn't get me, but he did. I know, me. That's the thing. Like, so that's what I was saying earlier. The synastry is sinistring. Like, unfortunately, I am also affected. I also feel the synastry. I have a brain, and I hate men, so I have some shields. I have you guys. I have the project. But this guy fucking fucked me up a little bit. Just because he told me he knew, his Venus is on my ascendant. He told me exactly all the shit that, like, I would need to hear. I would need to hear it a bunch for a long time to believe it, you know, because I don't trust him at all. He says to me, I think I put the screenshot in the forum, but he said to me, I have never felt so seen by a person before. That's great. That's great. You and every other guy I've ever been with. Congratulations. Do I feel seen by you? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Have I ever? By any guy? Probably not, right? My Libra moon is ruled by my Taurus Venus. It's fucked up. It's real fucked up. I don't know. I have to look at yours, Sigrid. Figure out what yours is all about. So, let's see. Did I write down notes? Oh my god, you guys are gonna like this one. Wow. Okay, so he had his dog in his truck in a crate, which is not something I'm okay with. That's like, but the problem apparently is that the dog will destroy everything. Like, if he leaves it at home, it rips up the couch. If he leaves it in the truck, it rips up the couch, or like the cushions and shit, which I did see for myself, like in the truck, is fucked up. But the point of okay, so he lets the dog out. Dog's hella cute. I'm like, oh my god, your dog's name is Lou? My dog's name is Carl. And he's like, oh my god, Lou and Carl, Heidi and Chad. Oh my god, yes. Yeah, it needs a lot of attention. Apparently, the story with the dog is that it was, his dog needed a friend, so he went to a rescue. It's a half German Shepherd, half something else I've never heard of, but like some sort of herd animal dog. And It used to be a pot farm guard dog, like was born from a family of dogs that guarded pot farms because it was from up in Mendocino County. He's probably making that up, of course. That doesn't need to be said. But they told him the dog was a certain year, like amount of age, like 4 years old, but he was actually 1, and he was actually feral for a long time and living off chickens and birds and shit on this, because he was on a pot farm that got foreclosed. So there's this whole story about the dog being feral. He got a feral dog that he had to like teach how to eat dog food and how to do everything and not attack and be crazy, supposedly. We're going to go ahead and, take that with a giant grain of salt. But that's the dog excuse, okay? And I don't know how he brought it up, but when the dog comes out of the crate, I'm petting the dog, and he goes, something about, I might just put you in the crate and take you home with me. I was like, bro, you are not in the place to be making those jokes. Those are not the jokes. So yeah, he pulls me in to try and kiss me, which I said to him straight up, "Are you trying to kiss me?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "Cool, okay." And he's talking about how like much he would take care of me, and he asked me again, "Can I please just focus on you?" To which I said no. And then I said, my Uber's here. Okay. So, and he's like, can I please drive you home? Can I please drive you? Blah, blah, blah. No. Bye. All right. Then I forgot to tell you the story of, I showed him my Instagram. Which, I'm learning. This was my first go at this, you guys. And I dare any of you to have synastry like this and not fuck up the way I did. All right? The synastry is powerful. Okay? I needed to learn that. So I showed him my Instagram basically because I was like, I'm severely online and basically that. You're going to have to be good with that if you are like going to be interested in me at all. And I decided to show him my Instagram because I thought that would be I didn't want to show him my TikTok because first of all, I'm going to be talking about him there. Second of all, I feel like that's like he would have thought that was cool. I think the Instagram is more like, what the fuck is this? In my opinion. But it didn't work. He was like sending me screenshots of my shit all night. Not all night. It was only twice. I'm over exaggerating. And let me read you the text messages. He texted me again 2 hours ago. He sent me a meme. Okay, he sent me his house, which I will send you guys pictures of it in the Discord. Or I could I'll show it to you in the Discord. He sent me a meme, which is one that I have posted before, which was weird. Screenshots, yes. Okay, so he says, I never known a woman that saw me so clearly, so quickly. And then the meme, I'm always a little mean to men because if you treat them like humans, they think you want to sleep with them. With crying emoji. And another meme. And he said, good night, I'll be stalking you for a bit. This is a lot to take in. I said, don't do it all at once. And then he said, my astrology friend followed you. And then he sent me a screenshot of his conversation with his astrology friend. And he said, she thinks you're pretty. You guys. And then he texted me a picture of his surf spot at 12 o'clock saying, I drove to my favorite surf spot. There's no waves and I'm thinking of you. I would block him. I've blocked men over less. Yeah. So what I've learned from this experience is that I can confirm that synastry is real on both sides. I think that I can feel all of that shit. Like, the moon north node thing, I think is what's tempting me the most. Because I hate where I live. And of course I want to be taken care of, but I want it to be by somebody I like and didn't know for an hour. You know what I'm saying? So so the synastry is real, and I think that I need to pivot this project into more like performance art type of thing, because I think I need to start playing a character, because I can't just find the best synastry for me and then deal with these guys. Like, I'm exhausted. Like, there's no, like, I'm not even ready to open another dating app right now, you know? Like, it's really dangerous to be trying to find the right one for my chart and then being myself on the date and then them falling in love with me, and then, like, then what? Then I'm, you know? Like, we kind of thought about how this would be a problem, but I wasn't really considering my side of the synastry and how I would feel guilty and bad for doing this to this poor, sad, retired fuckboy turned lover boy turned his lights on bullshit, who's probably lying. Don't worry, I hate it. Don't worry. But, like, I do feel bad. So I feel like there needs to be some sort of pivot. And so I was texting my friend. Yes, he's so weird. He's weird. It's bad. It's really bad. I'm not going to do it again. So I need to pivot, and I need to be more specific about what kind of guys I do this with. And I was talking to my friend last night, and they were saying that I should kind of be more cartoonish about this. And, like, so the example would be, what if I need to not take this seriously. Okay? So, in order to do that, I need to kind of make a cartoon. And we were thinking, what if I tried to pull, like, a frat bro, like a MAGA frat bro? Like, I want to find somebody that I want to hurt. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to find somebody that I actually like. I mean, do you know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't want this to work out. Like, that's not the goal. I don't want to like somebody. So, like, what if I, like, do a MAGA, yeah, like, what if I'll get killed. I don't think I'll get killed. I'm very familiar with MAGA bros. I've been raised by them, okay? Like, I know how to destroy these type of guys. And I feel like if I did a MAGA Picks crossover and, like, so that's what I'm saying. Yes, exactly. That's what my friend said. We're gonna change the age range to shit I'm not gonna take serious or be afraid of. So, like, he they said I should do, like, 20 to 26-year-olds. And I need to, like, get a red hat and take a new profile picture for my Hinge and try and find MAGA kids that are looking for cougars. And 20 is young, for sure. Maybe. I could go 12 years younger, probably. I think 22. I think I could do 22. And that's what just happened to me. And I don't know. I don't even know what these guys, like, I don't even know if they'll even like cougars. I don't know if MAGA guys, I feel like they're all incels that are looking for girls that are way younger. So I don't think 23. That's what I'm thinking. They're like incels. So I don't know if they'll like an older one, but I might be able to find, I gotta, like, be more specific, but basically I need to be more specific about the kind of guy I'm trying to, like, figure out whose chart this is, because I can't just be myself, basically. I think I have to narrow down the selection, basically. Yeah. I have had the DL guys before. That's fine. I don't really care. You know, I'm not trying to end up with them. I just want to see what our chemistry's like and then report back. So, yeah, new personality for MAGA 20s boy. Exactly. I'm thinking I can. It'll be so fucking funny to troll. Also, think about the content. Like, just in general, the layers of, like, trolling that is. Because, number one, like, it's gonna be Bimbo Barbie MAGA, right? And MAGA, that's, like, kind of ironic in and of itself. And people who get the joke get it right away, and the people who don't get the joke think they're in on it still. It's kind of like King of the Hill. If you ever seen King of the Hill, the show, like, they make fun of Texas, but like, it is Texas. So it could be kind of entertaining, and that could be entertaining on other platforms. Like what if I visited my friend who lives near DC and I got a date with a MAGA guy as MAGA picks, like, at the Capitol? Like, that'd be fucking hilarious. And, like, the whole thing is for astrology research, but I'm MAGA. I don't know. I was drunk last night. We were brainstorming. It was funny. I thought it was funny. But what I do know is that I can't be myself on these dates anymore. In my dating profile, ask where they were on January 6th. They want a trad wife early and fast. It's true, but I'm only going on one date, and I'm not going to want to marry them. They're not going to say the things that I want to hear, and they're going to be gross, and I'm going to be trolling them the entire time. Could I be sued? Probably not, because I'm not going to put them on camera or tell their name. I'll just be telling my stories. And, yeah, just date and block. And troll. So, storytime case studies, exactly. And, like, the format I did last night for the date was I sat down and I talked to the camera and, like, showed my the chart, and I was like, this is what I see. This is the vibe I'm predicting. I'll let you know what happens. And then I came back after the date and I checked in. I went back to the camera and I brought the chart back up and I was like, this is what happened here. This is what happened here, etc. So I feel like I could just do that with MAGA guys. Chad 1, Chad 2, Chad 3. So that's, like, the idea we're brainstorming right now. We're working that. And the other thing is, it takes so much emotional labor, obviously, to do this as myself, and so much emotional labor to do this on that, just to go on the app. Like, I think I told you guys, after I set this date with Trad, we're calling him Trad, we can't use his real name. Fuck. Trad. After I set this date with him, I just closed all the app. I, like, never opened them again. Because it's too much. It was too much. And it is too much. And so my friend I was talking to last night, while we were brainstorming this, they said that they would take over the vetting of the guys for me. So I'm going to hand over my profile to them, and they're going to go through, and they're going to fix the filters, and they're going to... Of course, I'll have final say, but they're going to do all that so that I don't have to fucking do that. And that'll help so much, because then my actual feelings I won't actually look at them and have feelings or thoughts or opinions. It will just be done. So I have a little bit of producing happening in the background. So that would be, that'll help a lot. So as long as, and they were pressuring me. They're like, "Are you ready? Are you ready? I want to look at guys." And I was like, "I'm not ready. I have to share this story before I move on, because I had to just get it out to make space for more of this fucking insanity." So now that I got this out of the way, I shared my story. I shared the trauma. I might remember more things and tell you guys as it comes up, because there was so much crazy, random, creepy, but also just weird shit. And so yeah, now that this is done, I will outsource and I'll keep you all updated. And that's about it. Harumph. So next, I'm going to find a MAGA outfit to make new profile picture, and I think my bio, I still have to have the birth time shit in there, but my bio's gonna have to have something about January 6th. I don't know. If you think of anything funny, let me know in the Discord. That will help make the profile cartoonish so that we can make it more funny, more content, and research instead of personal to me. Because, yeah, you get it. Dude, oh my god, that'd be so bad. That'd be so bad. Oh my god, I'm so cooked, you guys. Can you block people on that? On, like, Hinge and shit? You can block people? I'll have to look it up. I will if I can. If not, who cares? It doesn't matter. That's the other thing. My friend who's helping me with this now was also coaching me. Every time I started feeling bad, they're like, 20 push-ups. Do 20 push-ups every time you feel guilty because fuck this guy. Yeah. Okay, guys. That's it. Thank you so much for being here and listening to me for this experiment. I will, of course, keep you posted. I'll let you know when I'm back on the apps and when we find somebody, and let me know if you have any good outfit ideas that would be funny for me. I'm thinking I don't want to buy a MAGA hat, like a real one. I think I'll get a red hat. I don't want to like actually give them money, but yeah, let me know. Toonie, Tuba. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good rest of your Saturn day. Red hat, white shirt, jean jacket, and some Daisy Dukes. The sad part is I kind of have the MAGA clothes already. Here's my Coors Light. Oh, wrong way. Coors Light. Coors Banquet. Coors Banquet and camo pants. Let's fucking go. We're gonna lock in, guys. We're locking in. We're gonna destroy some MAGAs. And plus, I have to be more undercover because the shit we do is gonna be illegal next year. So I gotta have a whole new angle. You know what I'm saying? Gotta lean into it. A shooting range. Yes, send me the MAGA vibes, please. Oh, here's Tubi. All right, guys. Thank you. I will catch you on the flip side. Have a good rest of your day. Or night. Evening. Bye. You talking shit.